Going on, guys? This is your boy Jay, and we are live once again here in my studios from Inside Out. I'm also streaming live right now too on YouTube, just so you guys know. So there's two streamings going on. If you have a problem with Facebook or something like that, you guys can get on there and look at YouTube's channel too as well. All right. Well, anyways, as you guys probably know, I got a lot of information to talk about. So if you guys remember what I posted earlier, I'm going to be talking about the First Amendment and why it keeps getting violated as of yet. And also I'm going to be talking about the Eighth Amendment and what it means for your loved ones and what it means for your as your rights as a whole. All right. So that's good news there too. So really important information. But on top of that, folks, I'm also going to be talking about the Jailhouse Lawyer's Handbook. It ties into the Eighth Amendment to the Constitution. All right. So we're going to hit that and so much more live with your boy Jay from Inside Out. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you doing what you're doing to keep spreading the word about me and the activism that I'm doing and spreading the word about what's going on inside our prisons. It's much appreciated. Now, keep in mind, I'm streaming live on two different platforms, YouTube and Facebook. So I'm glad you're all here. Now, if you guys have any questions, you get to put it in two different places. I'm streaming live right now on YouTube. So hi, everybody on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Jimmy Cronenberg, how you doing? Waving at you, buddy. How you doing? Anyway, spread my video around if you guys can and make it go viral so I can share this important information with you all. All right. With that said, let's get into it now and talk about what's going on. And now everybody on YouTube, hi, how you doing? Looks like there's maybe one person watching on YouTube. Appreciate it. All right. Now I'm going to be talking about the Eighth Amendment, folks, and what it really means and what it stands for. All right. Now, the reason why I'm bringing the Eighth Amendment up, because it ties into the other topic that I'm going to be talking about. All right. Now, give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Sound check. All right. Everybody can see and hear me all right? Great. Let's move on. All right. Now, here's what the Eighth Amendment means if you don't know what it means. All right. Basically, it stands for the Eighth Amendment of the United States Constitution prohibits the federal government from imposing excessive bail, excessive fines, or cruel and unusual punishment. Now, you guys all know what that means, all right? You guys understand that the Eighth Amendment is there for a reason, obviously. But in prison as of late, as you guys probably seen and heard, DOC and other staff members inside prison keep violating that alone, all right? So we're going to tear into that, all right? And also I'm going to be talking about the First Amendment, what it means and why it's being violated on as of today. All right. Well, any day, matter of fact. Pam Cummins, how you doing? Waving at you. Jim, waving at you again. You must have lost me. Spread my video around, guys, if you can, and make my videos go viral. All right. So let's get into it, guys, real quick. I'm going to talk about the Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook. I believe it's very important and crucial for all of you to, understand what this thing means and what's all involved. All right. So basically, it entails how to file a lawsuit with your loved one inside prisons. All right. And we're going to tear into that right now. So it looks like we have maybe one person watching. Wow, that's amazing. Am I having connection issues? Huh. Can everybody hear me all right? Pam, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Sound check. All right. Maybe I have to. Maybe I'll have to go to my other page and see what's going on, because it looks like I only have one person in here, and that's weird because I have like 100 something friends on my personal page. That's weird. Interesting. And we got one person watching right now on YouTube. The person watching on YouTube, real quick, can you get in the chat box real quick and tell me who you are and say hi to me so I know if you're watching and have a good sound quality and sound check and all that fun jazz? So the person watching, can you say hi to me real quick in the chat box, please, if you're able to, or give me a thumbs up, whatever, both Facebook and YouTube. Anna, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate getting my video going out there. All right, share my stuff and like my page, please. All right. Now, you guys know what this is. And if you guys don't know what this is for YouTube, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's called Jailhouse Lawyer's Handbook. All right. Now, again, you guys know what this thing is about, but I'm going to go ahead and read the important information that I believe is important. All right. Because I want everybody to know what this means. All right. Pam, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. All right. Now, real quick, the prisoner lawyer handbook or inmate lawyer handbook, whatever you want to call it, is downloadable for free off of Google. All right. You guys can download it and send it in. Now, there's been some people getting at me a little bit later, a couple of weeks ago, actually, and telling me that this thing can't even be sent in to our inmates in prison. DOC is not allowing it. That's a violation, and they got to come back with good cause or reason why they don't accept this important information. But of course, we all know why they won't let any of the inmates have it. It's because there's important information how to sue DOC, any prison in the United States. It gives out the answers and the know-how to file a lawsuit for violations. All right. Now, I want you guys all to understand that. Again, violations happen daily, every day in our prisons. Everything from health, food, medical, you name it. And those all fall, believe it or not, folks, under the 8th Amendment Constitution. All right. So here we go. And here's what this means. Now, again, you got to make sure the case on this before you even start a lawsuit. Because, again, you have to start the grievance program. You have to understand that the grievances are a 3-step tier process. All right. So you guys have to understand that. If you don't have a grievance being or any type of paperwork being filled out before your lawsuit's filed, the lawsuit will not be fruitful. All right. So understand that there's steps to go along with the lawsuit. And if you don't do it correctly or do it right, your lawsuit's going to fail. All right. So there's a lot to it. All right. It says here, know your rights. Ask yourself this question. I just explained it. It says, ask yourself this question. Have my federal rights been violated? And notice I said federal. Now, this is not just from the federal level, guys. This is also the state level. All jails, including county jails, state prisons and jails, and federal prisons, all can use this handbook. All right. I can't stress that enough to you guys. Every single one of you, actually, that are locked up in some type of jail or prison can use this handbook. All right. Hope that makes sense to all of you. All right. Now, it says this. Number 1. All right. Now, keep in mind, you got to have a lot of these traits to even file a lawsuit. All right. It says here, guard or prisoner brutality or harassment. All right. I can't stress that enough on that level alone, because every single day, believe it or not, folks, every single day, there's some type of violation or mishap, if you will, on that topic alone going on inside our prisons. My good friend Pam Cummins just said, my son has a lawsuit against Missouri DOC now, and you are right. Well, I hope he wins, and I hope the lawsuit's fruitful and got enough evidence and whatnot in there to make it a successful lawsuit. All right, so I hope he wins, because DOC is going to continue, folks, to get sued and sued and sued until somebody gets their head out of their ass and realize that, hey, we're doing something wrong. Let's change the game. You guys understand what I'm getting at? So lawsuits are going to continue because DOC just don't give a damn. All right. So there you go. So that was number one. Again, I'll read number one to you just so you guys can understand what it means. And it says this. All right. Guard or prisoner brutality or harassment. There has to be some type of that to constitute a lawsuit. All right. Number two. Unsafe cell or prison conditions. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just another area that gets basically violated. As you guys know, when I talked about last week's show about the overcrowding issues, people sleeping on the floor next to the bathroom, those are all living condition violations. All right. And that's true. That's true talk right there. All right. Everywhere you go, whatever it is, all right, there's a violation, especially in there. All right. That was number two. Number three, censorship or extremely limited mail, phone, or visit. All right. Now, again, there's protocols with that. There's protocols for everything when it comes to prisons. But keep in mind, protocols do not trump your loved one's rights or yours or mine. All right. Protocols are down here. Our constitutional rights and whatnot are up here. All right. So if that makes sense to you guys, make sure you have enough evidence in that topic alone to where you guys can understand that, hey, I might have a lawsuit here. Does that make sense? All right. Number 5, inaccurate medical care. Okay, I can't stress that enough alone either. We have a lot of medical and mental patients inside the prisons, and they're not getting treated fairly in any way, shape, or form. They're getting violated too. The health staff in there have no idea what they're doing. All right, so look at that. Look at your evidence. See if you got some type of case there that will constitute a lawsuit under the 8th Amendment. All right. So everybody's waving or getting in here now. I don't know if there's a connection problem. I hope there isn't. Sorry about that, you guys. So there's 3 people watching now. Again, if there's somebody on YouTube watching, please wave at me or let me know who it is. All right. In any event, so we talked about the medical care, the health issues, and all that fun jazz. Again, the medical staff need to get retrained or get people in there that know what they're doing. All right. And again, Pam just said they need to file grievances. Yes, that's the process to start a lawsuit. Again, it's a 3-tier or 3-step process when it comes to grievances. All right. And maybe I'll get a chance to touch base on the grievance issue a little bit later in my show. All right. And then the next one is interference with practicing your religion, inaccurate food. Now, again, interference with practicing your religion. And that could be any religion, guys. You understand what I'm saying? So there's those issues. All right. Now, everybody's titled, believe it or not, to religion. Whether it's Christian, whether it's Buddha, whether it's this, whether it's that, it doesn't matter. Everybody's titled to a certain kind or a certain amount of religion. And believe it or not, guys, believe it or not, if the prisons violate you for stopping you for basically having your certain whatever religion it is in there, that's a violation and it falls under the 8th Amendment Constitution. That's true facts. All right, guys, I hope you guys understand what I'm coming at. All right, next one, inaccurate food. And again, I touched base on that in more great detail on last week's show, talking about our food issue. And that's a violation. And it's also under the 8th Amendment. All right. Keep that in mind as we go along here, guys. All right. And then it says racial, sexual, or ethnic discrimination. Again, folks, key things here to constitute a lawsuit. You have to understand, ask yourself these things. Do I have that going on with me right now inside this joint? And if you do, boo, it's a lawsuit. All right. So they can't profile you against your certain sexuality that you got going on and all that fun jazz, or your religion or racial or anything of that name. All right. Because then if they do that, that's a violation, folks. Real talk. All right. And last but not least, placement in the hole without a hearing. Now, again, that is crucial because a lot of people are going in the hole and who knows if they got a hearing on it or not. Meaning, kind of like a court setting, if you will. Only they don't take it to court. They do it right there in the prison. All right. And if you get no hearing inside the prison, that's a violation, folks. Real talk. All right. You guys have to understand how that works. Now, again, I just read all that off to you. I will repeat these topics if you guys all missed it a little bit later tonight during this show. All right. Vaughn, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Miguel, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, guys. Waving at you guys. I don't know why you guys keep getting in and out of here. That's weird. There's 4 people watching. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Spread my video. Make it go viral, please. Thank you. All right. Anybody on YouTube? Let me find out if there's anybody on YouTube. Excuse me, guys. I'm typing. So anyways, can you guys see and hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Miguel, my wife, Wendy, Pam, Vaughn, can you guys hear me? Yes, no, kind of, maybe. All right. Well, in any event, I just touched base on, what your 8th Amendment means and what the Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook means. All right. Pam said it can take forever. It does. So you got to have a lot of patience when it comes to grievances and all that fun jazz. All right. So keep in mind on that. All right. Moving on. All right. Come on. Don't be like that. Thank you. So I'm going to give you guys the top portion of this information in this booklet. All right. What it means, what it stands for. All right. It's basically the Prisoner Lawyer Handbook. All right, guys. And gives all the information in there how to file a lawsuit. All right. And if you guys want this, what I'm reading off to you guys, what you guys need to do is download it. All right, Joan, how you doing, everybody? I'm waving at you. Download the Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook, and it will give you all the pertinent information in there so you guys can send it in to your loved ones. Now, keep in mind, I touched base on this, I believe, last week. I'll say it again. All right. Thank you, Joan. A lot of prisons, believe it or not, folks, are not allowing this booklet to be sent into prisons. And there's a reason behind it. Of course, they sit there and tell you their reason is, oh, it's not allowed. It's this, it's that, whatever the case may be. Not good enough reasons. All right. The Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook, believe it or not, has a lot of great information in there to sue DOC or the prisons or anything of that nature. All right. You guys all know that. And they don't want this crucial information to be shared out. They get butthurt. So they'll come up with a lame ass excuse, the reason why your loved one is not allowed to have it. Now, keep that in mind as we go along here, because again, I have a good friend that tried to send it in just normal mail and it got denied. She don't know the reason why, but DOC is supposed to give out that reason, but they failed to do so. All right. So I told her, well, then, you know what? Look, why don't you guys try the legal mail standpoint? and go from there. Vaughn said they don't want them out because it is moneymaker to keep them there for as long as possible too. You're absolutely correct. Correct, Vaughn. Thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate it. Now you guys have to understand. All right. The way this works. All right. I'm going to show you this again. If you guys are missing this, this is what the thing looks like. All right. Can you guys, I hope you guys can see that. Oops, my bad. Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook. All right. There it is on YouTube. All right. Now, there's a reason why the prisons won't let this in here. And I just read it off. All right. So basically, I'm not going to get into it anymore, but you guys understand. It basically tells everybody, your loved one and all that, how to file a lawsuit. All right. Moving on. Now, how many out there in the comment know what your Eighth Amendment is? Anybody know what your Eighth Amendment right is? Anna said they don't want them to have anything that is self-help or gives them knowledge to help themselves. Absolutely, Anna, and I understand where you're coming from. The problem is they don't want the lawsuit, all right, because it takes money away from them. Harley, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Now I don't know why you guys keep getting bumped off. You guys are back on again. It looks like weird. Are you guys having connection issues, connection problems? I try too hard, I guess, sometimes. This is what I get for trying. All right. The Constitution of the United States of America was invented and written in 1789. Hey, Harley. All right. 1789. All right. And the Eighth Amendment basically says this. Excessive bail should not be allowed. All right. So you guys all know that. Joan said cruel and an unusual punishment. Eighth Second Amendment Foundation. Absolutely, Joan. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate you. So yeah, there you go. And it goes on saying excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. But yet it happens every single day. There was, I want to say about a year ago. Actually, it was this summer. Correction, it was this last summer. We had a major issue with the AC problem. That falls, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, under the Eighth Amendment of our Constitution. It does. Real talk. All right. People are allowed to have AC in a joint like that. All right. I got in a big debate with an individual saying that AC, the AC was a luxury. And I got in a big debate with that person. I told him, no, it's not. All right. So again, we lost quite a bit of inmates this summer with the excessive heat that we had this summer. And believe it or not, a lot of inmates died due to heat-related issues, heat exhaustion, you name it. And they all died in there because there's no circulation. And a lot of them had health issues already. Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. They still died. And they all suffered with the heat. Now that we're in the winter months, all right, guess what's going to happen next? It's going to repeat again, but it's going to repeat from the freezing standpoint instead of the heat issue. Now we're going to have inmates freezing their butts off in there, and they won't turn up the heat. All right. DOC says, oh, we really can't turn up the heat because we don't got the funds to pay the bill. We just don't got the funds, period. All right. My good friend Jones said, if the heat is unhealthy, the heat is unhealthy, then it's an Eighth Amendment issue. Right. Everybody's entitled to stay comfortable. All right. I understand it's prison. It's not a Motel 6 or 5-star hotel. I understand that. But on that same token, they're not allowed to be suffering from heat-related issues or AC-related issues. All right. It all falls down to that same category. Eighth Amendment. All right. Now I'm going to touch base on, again, our next topic is the First Amendment. All right. And what it stands for and why is it being violated on as of lately. All right. Believe it or not, our First Amendment is basically the most simplest one to try to remember. It is basically free speech and free press. All right. We have a right, just like I'm doing right now, right here live on Facebook and live on YouTube, of all places, to speak. All right. And for some reason, as you guys can probably tell, it's happened to me about 3 times already since I started doing this about 1.5 years ago. It's happening all around our country. You know what I'm saying? Free speech this, free speech that, a violation this, a violation that. And again, why? Why are they violating our right on that alone? Does anybody know? Well, right there. The Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook is written to where you got to read it or speak it. So they don't want you to read anything off of that. They don't want you to read off anything that's crucial or harm DOC as a whole, whether it's a lawsuit status or not. You guys understand that? So again, they will do whatever they can, folks, not just in prison, keep in mind, but also out here in the field too as well. You walk down the street, you say something that doesn't seem appropriate to somebody else, they're going to bash you for it. All right? My good friend Anna said, yes, but the Constitution states there is certain times they can take speech from you, and it's if you're incarcerated. Yeah, you're right, Anna. Thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate that. All right. But regardless if it's inside prison or out here on the street, everybody, and I don't care who you are, folks, everybody has a right to free speech, period. All right. I got told, what was it? Not too long ago, and I can't even remember who it was now. Doesn't matter. That does cussing, saying bad words, not violate your free speech? If it's a word, no, it does not. So you can say whatever you want, and yeah, it will be disrespectful depending on how you're using it, all that fun jazz. But on that same token, it's a free speech and you can say whatever you want. All right. So just know that. Okay. So anybody who's on here right now with me on YouTube, doesn't look like nobody. It's still one person watching. Whoever you are, I appreciate you. Thank you. And looks like I have 6 people, which is shocking, but better than nothing. 6 people watching tonight right here live on Facebook. Anyways, new background. It's an eagle. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. All right. So I tried to change things up a little bit. So I hope you guys like it. In any event. So again, let's talk about the lawsuits and what you can do if your loved one has a potential for a lawsuit. Now, again, I talked about it a little bit last week. Joan also brought a good comment up. If there's going to be a lawsuit filed, here's the steps that you have to do, and let your loved one know this. Again, these are people out here, but you need to pass this down to them. All right. Joan said cussing is protected under free speech. Absolutely. I just said that, Joan. Thank you. But you can be held accountable for what you say. Absolutely. And again, I did say depending on what it is and how you use it. There you go. Thank you, Joan, for your comment. Appreciate it. Anna said, LOL, do you know here in Florida you can't have profanity decals on your car? You can be arrested. Crazy, right? Wow. That has to be a violation of your free speech, though. Isn't it correct, Anna? Is that a law? If that's a law, maybe you can send me the link to whoever you want. Maybe just put it on here or wherever you want to do it and let me know if that's a law. That's weird. Wow, interesting. All right. Well, in any event, guys, now here's the steps that you have to do if you get yourself in a violation in prison. All right. Steve, how you doing? Steve Bubble, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, guys. In any event, there is a thing called grievance process. All right. Now, your loved one has to file a grievance. Now, where do you file it? Well, the loved one has to do it. And Joan said, what? That can be challenged in Florida. Okay, thank you, Joan. Appreciate you. Anyways, your locked up loved one has to file a grievance. How many? It doesn't matter. As long as there's a paper trail going, guys, that will help your upcoming or potential lawsuit. All right. So let me go ahead and touch base on again. If you guys missed what I said earlier, I'll say it again. All right. The lawsuit, bear with me, guys. Everything's chaotic right now. The lawsuit falls under these issues. Now, again, you got to remember if there's evidence. If there's no evidence, you're not going to have one. Harley said, my low is known as the grievance king inside. That's awesome, Harley. That's awesome. And hopefully he's sending, thank you, Anna, for that link. I appreciate you, Anna. Harley, maybe he can help other people in there. I hope he is. That's awesome that he's like that, because it's rare for people that know what they're doing in there. So maybe you can get a hold of him or let him know to start helping other people around, and share my info too, because again, the grievance process is a tedious process, but it works to help benefit the lawsuit. I'm going to touch base on that right here, right now. All right. So here's, I don't know why this takes forever to find what I'm talking about. Sometimes I hate technology, folks. I really do. I just read it off earlier. If you guys missed it, my apologies. I'm going to go do what I can to read it off again. I just got to find it. Okay, here it is. My bad. Harley said he has changed actually a lot inside. He helps write grievances. Thank you, Joan. And Joan just said, you must exhaust all grievances in Washington State. There is a 3-level, and you must file all of them before suing. There you go. Now, again, I'm not sure if all prisons are the same, but that's what you have to do if any of your loved ones are locked up in Washington State. All right. I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right. Number 1, and again, this is important. So, play this in your mind. Try to make a copy of this somehow, but it's on the lawyer's handbook. All right. And this information is crucial for your locked up loved one. All right. Number 1. All right. Guard or prisoner brutality or harassment. And you all know that goes on there daily. All right. You guys know that. If you have that or something that falls under that category, you have a potential lawsuit. And make sure your loved one files the grievances and get a paper trail going. All right? Because that's key here. Number 2, unsafe cell or prison conditions. All right? Joan Young said, federal law demands that you exhaust all state remedies. Exactly. Well, that's what I'm trying to get across to everybody. So thank you, Joan, for your comment. I appreciate you. Pam said, my son started in juvenile and my hubby taught him grievances. Great. That's awesome, Pam. Thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate you. All right. So I just wrote off 2 important issues regarding what's inside the jailhouse lawyer handbook, and if it falls under your 8th Amendment. All right. So I hope you guys understand that. It says here again, unusual cell or prison conditions, and that could be anything, including what I said earlier: AC, heat, the cleanliness of a prison. It's got to be clean to a certain extent. Or you can get diseases and sicknesses in there, such as MRSA, scabies, just to name a few. You guys all know that. All right. And it says, number 3, censorship, which we're dealing with right now, First Amendment right violation. All right, censorship, or extremely limited mail, phone, or visit privileges. All right, come on, guys. Now you guys all know what this means. All right. Again, Anna said unsafe water is another one. Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys for your comments. Appreciate you. Vaughn said, what about not protecting an inmate from harm? Well, again, that would be a violation on the DOC staff. The DOC has actually technically been hired to make sure that prisons run safe without harm. Okay. Anna said, oh, JPay is awful. They censor a lot. Grr. Yes, they do. Jamie, how you doing? Yes, they do. And the reason why is because, again, they always come up with an excuse that it's on a tech end or this end or that end. And we all know that's not true. All right. But everywhere you go, you're going to hear, oh, it's this fault or that fault. When technically, all right, it's DOC's fault. All right. Jamie, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. All right. Moving on. Again, I just touched base on some 3 crucial situations going on inside our prisons. All right. That's crucial to understand and realize what's going on. All right. All right. Number 4, inaccurate medical care. All right. So you guys understand how that works. All right. Every inmate in prison, whether it's jail, prison, or federal prison, all have a right to fair medical treatment. All right. And if they're not, then we all know there's an issue there. All right. You guys all know that. That's a violation under the 8th Amendment of our Constitution. And if your loved one has that, what I just read off to you, he or she, I should say, excuse me, has a potential for a lawsuit. All right. And they need to do the progress of filing it and getting it under control. All right. So that was number 3. That was number 4. Number 5, interference with practicing your religion. Yes. All right. Now, a lot of people, they weren't religious, if you will, before they went in. But when they go in, they get into religion. I'm not knocking it. But everybody in there, male or female, have a right to a certain amount of religion. And if DOC as a whole violate you on that aspect, that also falls under the 8th Amendment Constitution. All right. And that inmate or your loved one has a right to sue under that category. All right. I hope all of this is making sense to you guys. All right. Inaccurate food. And again, I touched base on that last week. We got to do better when it comes to our food. Grow gardens, solutions, this and that, yada, yada. You guys understand how this works. All right. So we need better food. That's a violation, especially if it's not cooked right, or if it's, just a lot of areas. All right. Again, Joan just said religion is a First Amendment. Absolutely. But also, Joan, it falls under the 8th Amendment too. I'm reading it off right now. Harley said, we had an issue with this on a visit. My fiance had his cross on, and the CO in the visiting room told him he had to hide it because it is gang. No, it's not. Oh my God, Harley. So that can constitute actually as a violation, and that could be all right, Joan, thank you for correcting me on that. Again, I don't know why it's on the Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook information. So I'm just reading off what's on here. If it is, look, I stand corrected. If it is what it is, one way or another. If it is in our Constitution, we can still do a lawsuit, regardless if it's under the 8th or the 1st. So thank you, Joan, for correcting me. I appreciate you. And then let's see, racial, sexual, or ethnic discrimination. You all know what that's about. And we've been dealing with that a lot. Joan deals with that to a certain extent on what she does. Okay? And again, my good friend Joan, if you're not friends with her, she has 25 years experience doing this. So she knows exactly what that falls under. All right? And then last but not least, guys, we're dealing with placement in the hole without a hearing. You guys understand what that means? That's how that works. So if the inmate was put in the hole without a I lost my spot, without a hearing, that's an Eighth Amendment violation. All right, so that's how that works. Now, again, it doesn't look like there's anybody on YouTube watching right now, so I don't even know why I even started streaming on YouTube. But hey, lesson learned. Anyways, so you guys understand that now, right? All right. So again, if you guys want what I just read off to you guys, it's under the Jailhouse Lawyer's Handbook. All right. Joan Young said, what? I help prisoners sue the state. Thank you, Joan, for your comment. I appreciate it. And what? Jamie said, what? Joan is awesome. Pam Cummins said, dietary. Okay. And Anna said, the toilet's bad plumbing. Yep. Backs up wastewater all over the floor. Oh my God. Yuck. Yeah. Flows to inmates' bed area. They walk in it. Wow. Well, if that's going on with everybody, then that falls under the violation too. And that can actually become a class action lawsuit, not just one. So, because everybody's suffering on that. All the inmates are. That's disgusting. I can't even believe I read that. Let me move on here. Vaughn said, I'm here. All right. Are you guys having connection issues? It says I'm online. Interesting. Joan said, what? Thanks. Kind words are nice. Okay. In any event, moving on, guys. Now, that was the information from the Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook section. Again, you guys can download this off of Google and send it into your loved ones. And again, I've been told that a lot of prisons won't even allow this. And I came up with another solution. Hopefully it works. What you need to do is find a lawyer if you can, or take it somewhere where it can be written on the envelope, legal mail. All right. And if it falls off of that, well, then I don't know what to tell you, because the DOC is not going to let you have this for whatever reason, but they need to show you good cause why. All right. Because again, this is crucial information. And of course, DOC won't let you have it. All right. Moving on. Where did my other topic go? Bear with me, guys. So, nope, I'm not going to read that. Anyways, I was going to talk about the First Amendment and why it's being violated as of today, wherever you go, whatever you do. And of course, in prisons, just under what I read you earlier, they try to violate you for censorship, for speaking the truth like I'm doing. Now, again, keep in mind, guys, I got shut down 3 times on Facebook for free speech, speaking the truth. All right. And again, I could sue Facebook and all that fun jazz, but I decided not to. It is what it is on that. All right. My good friend Miguel said, good listening to you, but I have to go now. Okay. Well, thank you, Miguel. Take care. Anna said, yep, I've seen videos from bars. The state, Manson. They post videos of the stuff showing the inhumane ways. Oh, yeah, they do. You're absolutely right, Anna. Thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate it. Bear with me. Jonian said, what? Oh, okay. Thank you, Joan. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm getting all your guys' comments in here time delayed, so bear with me on that. All right. So I get this question at me. Now, this question comes to me. It says this: how does the First Amendment impact our lives? All right. And it says this: the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees the right to freedom of speech. But again, that's being violated. All right. And it goes on saying this, and of free press. Basically, this is what I'm doing. It's basically like free press. Anybody that wants to do interviews or something like that regarding media or something like that, that's called free press. And sometimes that gets violated. So it goes on saying this. I'll read the whole thing again. Sorry, guys. The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees the rights to freedom of speech and of the press to peacefully assemble. All right, and to petition the government government for redress of grievances, which is what we've been talking about. Joan Yun said what? Okay, that's a link for an actual case. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Anyways, it goes on saying this. Come on. Okay. These things that I just read off to you guys guarantees they affect me every day and empower me as a citizen seeking to enjoy life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All right. And of course, DOC don't care about that. All right. And they're going to do what they can to shut your loved one up, just like they've tried to shut me up. As you know, I'm still going. So good luck with that. Not to sound cocky or anything, but, but in any event, another good. Well, you guys know what the First Amendment means. All right. And I'm going to touch base now again, if I can, on the Eighth Amendment and what it means. All right. And I have it right here. Now, again, if you guys missed this, you guys have to watch the replay because I won't repeat it. Again, the Eighth Amendment stands for this. It says, excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. And that happens every day, believe it or not, inside our prisons. All right. So what time do I have? 7:30. So, guys, I go to 7:30. Now, this is the time I give you guys to do a Q&A session where you guys get in and ask your questions, comments, or whatever you have. All right, about the topics tonight. I hope it helped all of you. And again, the Jailhouse Lawyer Handbook is crucial. So get it into your loved ones one way or another. Now, again, try, if you can't standard mail it, try doing legal mail and see if it gets in that way. All right. So let's see here. All right. All right. Waiting for you guys' comments. 7:14. Really? Are you guys losing connections? Again, it says you guys are coming in, coming out, coming in. Now you guys are back on here again. What the heck is going on here? Steve Bobo, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Steve, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up real quick, please. Joan, you too. Wow. Joan Young said, try mailing it as a few pages at a time with a personal letter. Yeah, one of my good friends tried that, and it got denied, Joan.
You know
so,
you can do?
Oh, my good friend Debbie's on here. What's up?
John Chemo does this.
Mm-hmm.
He writes it to his mother. In the front of her name, he puts Esquire.
Esquire, okay.
Esquire.
That's interesting. Does it goes through? Mm-hmm. Wow. Interesting. All right. So I just got told from my good friend Debbie Sapp, if you type the word Esquire, is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Type the word Esquire on the paperwork itself, it might go through.
On the envelope.
On the envelope. I'm sorry. On the envelope. So try that and see if it works.
After their name, put Esquire. And then legal mail at the bottom.
All right. Well, I hope you guys heard that. Try that. Vaughn said, is it legal for them to shut our phone calls down when we talk about legal stuff? No. Hold on a minute, Vaughn. You got made a good point. Legal stuff and lawyers. No. I lost it again. The calls go dead. If it's a lawyer's phone, they can't touch it or listen or shut it down at all. That's a violation. Major violation. That's legal call. Few pages at a time goes, not work. Wow. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to see what I can do to help you guys on that after the show. I know you guys are all getting your comments in here time delayed. But Vaughn, to answer your question, is it legal for them to shut our phone calls down when we talk about legal stuff? No, it's not. Now, if it's a actual lawyer talking to you from a lawyer phone, it's not. All right. So, but if it's a personal phone, then they can. I hope that makes sense. But even if it's talking about legal stuff, they shouldn't be able to shut you down like that. That's odd to me. We'll look into that, Vaughn. Thank you so much for your comment. It is 7:16 here in my studio. I have, yes, Vaughn said Esquire. Yes, that's the word. Pam said, I got you and haven't had much problems. Okay, Pam, thank you. Maybe it was only a select few people. Interesting. All right. Do you guys have any questions, comments for me going on right now? Doesn't look like it. All right. Well, folks, if you guys don't have any other information regarding my show tonight, I'm going to go ahead and back out of here. Again, you guys can tune in to me every Sunday at 6:30 here in Florida. All right. And watch me live. Now, again, I have two platforms. I've been trying both. I've been having more luck on Facebook as usual than YouTube, but I'm going to continue to do both. Now, again, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. And go from there. Vaughn said we need them for a lawsuit. Yes. Please tell me how to get my man's medical files if you can. Vaughn, thank you for the question. Are you power of attorney with your loved one? If not, you need to be. You need to get power of attorney, and then you can get that information, I believe. I think there's another step, and I just had a brain fart.
There's a step where your loved one signs a medical release form.
There you go. That's what it was. Vaughn, your loved one that's locked up in prison has to sign a medical release form for you to get that information.
Right.
All right. So I hope that helps.
And all I have to do is do a call out.
Joan said he must release it to you. He will sign and release. Okay. Thank you, Joan. You're absolutely right. Thank you for that comment. Vaughn said not yet. Okay. You need to become a power of attorney for your loved one inside. All right. That will help you out here. So you need to, basically it's a piece of paper. You sign it and you got to send it in to him. He signs it and then you become power of attorney that way.
They do it on the inside.
Right. But I'm saying for the paperwork part of it.
No, they do it from the inside. My son did it that way.
Oh, that's weird because my wife had to send hers in.
No, they did it because they have to be in front of the person who legalized it. What is that person? Public
defender?
No.
Oh, I know where you're going at, but anyways, your loved one has to get the paperwork filled out inside and then send it to you, if that makes sense. I hope I got it all. It's all confusing. Sorry, guys. Vaughn said, what? He has done that with the medical release form. Okay, great.
That's all he has to do is call medical and ask for the records.
Then he has to call medical and ask for the records.
The bond person does.
Right. The bond person. Sorry.
No, the guy.
Vaughn, I know.
Yeah.
That's the. I thought you were talking about. Okay. Anyways, Vaughn had. I have the form my husband signed. Notary. Perfect.
Just call the medical.
Vaughn, I got it. Okay. Thanks, guys. Sorry for the confusion, but anyways,
Sorry.
Oh, you guys are good. Your guys are good. Anyways, this has been a trial and error show tonight because I got all this gear, so overwhelming. But hopefully I'll have it squared away for next week and it'll be more professional. But anyways, if you guys don't have any other comments or whatnot, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here at 7:20. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys have a lovely night. And again, if you guys want to know more about, my show and all that, get at me more personally, and I will give you more information on that. But if you haven't done it already, please like this page and share my video and get it out there so it can go viral, so this information can be helpful for somebody else. All right. But anyways, with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys all. Have a great night. And this has been your host, Jay, from Inside Out. Good night, everybody. Hold on. There we go.
Cool.
It's not cooperating. There we go. See, I got to do better than that, though.
Yeah, well, you know what?
I hate it. It's so
I'm just
bad.
thinking about